Hello and welcome back to Unpopular People. We believe that listening and learning from each other is key for personal development and success. Today in our interview, Gregory. Gregory is an old friend of mine. We lost contact some time ago, but now we are back in touch, and I want to introduce him to you today. He's an ex-soldier and becomes a police officer now. He also was raised in an orphanage because his mom passed away quite early in his life. If you want to find out more about Unpopular People, please visit our website www.unpopularpeople.com. If you want to sign up for our newsletter, you can also do that on www.unpopularpeople.com and join our community. And now enjoy this interview with Gregory. All right, let's start. Hi, Gregory.
Hi, Benny. Okay, at first I want to say sorry because my English skills are not that perfect as yours because I haven't seen the whole world in the last 20 years. I was only in Germany and sometimes in other countries where the German army wants to see me.
Well, but anyways, I think your English is good enough. It's a German behavior that the Germans always think their English is very bad, and sometimes it is, but it's more like Germans have a very strong accent, and there's nothing you can do against it. I have a very strong accent too, but in the end, it's about your story, it's about your life, and I think people will understand, and no one is judging you because of your English skills.
Okay, we will see. Sometimes if I'm not able to understand your question, maybe you have to
I have to explain
put it in another sentence, okay?
Yeah, that's all right, no worries at all. Well, first of all, I want our listeners to find out a little bit more about yourself. Maybe you can introduce yourself and tell the listeners where were you born and how did you grow up. Maybe you can tell a little bit about your childhood, like your early childhood memories or something like that.
Yes, no problem. I was not born in Germany. I was born in France, in Perpignan. It's in the south of France, nearby the Pyrenees, South French, and my mother was German, and my father was half Gitano, it's something like a gypsy, and he was half Irish, but he lived in France, so I got I'm a European kid, okay. And when I was young, maybe 1 or 2 years old, my mother moved with me to Germany, where at first Lake Konstanz, nearby, and then she moved with me to Heidelberg because her father lived here, like I do now, and when I grew up in Heidelberg, and when I got 13 years old, as you told before, my mother died very, very early, and so at first I have to move to Konstanz, and in Konstanz at first I lived by my grandmother because my grandfather was not able to raise me up because he had an alcoholic problem because of the early death of my mother and his daughter, and after 2.5 years, I got trouble with my grandmother, and so I came in an orphanage, exactly.
So you said your dad was like half gypsy. Are you still in touch with him or anything? Do you know?
No, I'm not. My father called me when I was 4 years old on a telephone. And my mother gave me the phone that I was able to hear his voice, but he was only able to speak English and this time French. And so I was not able to understood him. I was 4 years old.
So you basically, like, your parents weren't married or anything?
No, they never met each other before.
Oh, okay. And your dad he disappeared from the scene?
I don't know. The German government tried to find my father when my mother died, and they were only able to find his parents, and they told the German they told the government he joined the French Foreign Legion, because he's not a French person, so he's allowed to join the Legion, but I don't think my father would join the French Foreign Legion because when he became a father he was still 28, and when I became 13, he should be close to 40. That's not a good age for a soldier, especially for the French Foreign Legion, and so I don't believe this.
And how did your grandma react when you didn't want to live with her anymore? After you said you lived with your grandmother for a little while in Konstanz, and then you didn't get along with her anymore, or what was the problem?
Maybe I didn't get along with her because my mother doesn't like her much. My grandfather too. Maybe I don't know the English word for it. I was
maybe biased or maybe prejudiced.
Maybe I was prejudiced, and so I get in trouble with her. I was 14, 15 years old. I want to get out on the street, hang out with my friends, and my grandmother said, no, you have to be back at 10 o'clock, and we were fighting each other more and more. Not with fists or something, but in a verbal case. And I decided by myself, okay, I go to a place for parentless childs.
Oh wow! And in this like orphanage. So do you still have memories of this time? Do you still remember like when you arrived there, and how did you feel? Did you feel abandoned? Did you feel like?
It was a bit crazy. At first, I regret my decision to doing this because the first day I arrived there in the afternoon. The leader of this place showed me everything, and then he showed me this house over there. There are the girls are living there, and on the window in the first floor there was a young girl in my age, 15 or maximum 16, with the empty bottle of vodka, and said, "Yeah, motherfuckers, I'm gonna jump out of the window. I swear I'm gonna do it. I jump out of the window." And I thought to myself, "Oh, damn it, why am I here?"
And so like the next few days, I mean, first you regret your decision to go there, but what like
the next few days have been cool. I came together with one other boy. He was 1 year younger than me. His name was Dennis. He was very friendly, showed me everything, was a good roommate. And after 2 weeks, they gave me 800 euros directly for clothings. But if somebody gives you 800 euros, and okay, feel free, buy something to clothe yourself. You're doing stupid things.
Yeah, that's really weird. Like, what year are we talking about? And what, like, is this the system? Like, does the system say do you have to receive this amount of money for buying clothes, or how does it work?
Normally, I have to. Show the paychecks. If you buy something, they give you a bit of paper. Where
the receipt.
The receipt. And I go to the clothing stores. Grab some receipts. And say, hey, okay, I bought this. Okay, and
But you didn't buy it. Like, what else did you buy for it then?
Alcohol. Sometimes weed. I was young.
Yeah.
And not for useful stuff.
And how was it with friends and other people around you? Did you find any friends there? Are you still in touch with someone from back then?
Yeah, still no, not anymore.
Not anymore.
But yeah, I thought I found many friends there. Yeah, but a lot of them were drug consumers.
Yeah.
No, and yeah. In total, I can say we hang out with each other, yeah, for consuming, yeah, or get something.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not like in movies. Yeah, I never have been a junkie or something. Yeah, it was not that hard, but. Yeah.
All right, and also like the people that you hung out with. I mean, they must have been all underage, so they're all like
all underage. Yeah, many different careers. Yeah, some guys or girls were just normal and were not able to communicate with their parents anymore. Then there were some harder cases. I remember a young boy, but I don't remember his name anymore. The side of his face was completely burned because his father was drunk and threw him into fire on a party or something. So
and
sometimes hard backgrounds.
And like those two like sides like crashed into each other. Like I mean, people from probably like good, like rich environments and from poor environments and from all different cultural backgrounds, they all get thrown together in one place. And
sometimes they crashed into each other, or beat each other, but it don't happen that often, not as often as I thought. But I think you are. Yes, you have different backgrounds, but at all you have the same situation, and the leader of this place is your enemy, and you stick together.
Okay, just to be like a sort of like a community to
like
work against like the people that run that place.
Yeah, exactly.
And how was it with like supervision, like the people that you said call them leaders, but the people that work in this place and should look after you? Like, how did they react to certain situations you just explained, like with the girl standing there with a bottle of vodka and also you like taking drugs or like getting drugs. And
most times they haven't seen it because there was one responsible person for between 10 and 15 kids. And that's too much. Sometimes they recognize that I came too late. And then they punish me like, okay, the next 2 weeks, you have to wash the dishes in the kitchen or something. But they haven't got enough. They haven't had enough personality to recognize each of us. This was not possible.
And did you stay like in your own room, or did you share your room with a bunch of people? Or?
I shared the room with Dennis. The young boy. He also was in the same school like me in Konstanz, in Lake Konstanz, and so we go together to school and left together to school.
Okay. Yeah. And how was it at school with like living with other, or like studying with other kids? There wasn't a school for this particular place. Was it like a general school?
It was a general school. It was not a school particularly for the kids of that place. It was a normal general school, and friends of mine know that I'm from that area, but at all it was a middle school. There were no elite persons or something, or elite kids which have very expensive clothes or something. So
was it
nobody was bothering me. Realschule.
Okay, that's in Germany we have a different system. We have 3 different levels of schools. There's like first, second, and third level. It's like the middle level.
It's middle level. Wow.
And so when you finish this sort of school, how old were you then? And like, what happens when you turn 18? Like, did they give you your things and say, okay, goodbye, good luck?
No. I left. I left this place when I grew up to 17 because I doesn't feel very well in that place, and my roommate also have to wake up very early because he made an apprenticeship for a bakery. So it was not that easy for me to live with him because he has to wake up early in the morning, like 3 o'clock. And so I start to get in trouble with him, and so I don't know the English word for it. So I had the possibility when I was 17. I get into betreutes Wohnen. I try to explain it. In Germany, when you are 18, you are responsible for yourself. But if you are not 18, you have the possibility that you get a normal flat where you can live. With 16 or 17, it is possible. And 3 times a week, somebody from the government will check if you don't burn down your home or something, if everything is okay. When I was 17, I get into assisted living. That means a person from the government visit me 3 times a week and check if everything is okay.
And was everything okay? Or did you play a game with him?
Yeah, funny. Yeah, I play games with him. But one day I messed it up. I was in my home. It was a small flat with 17 square meters or something. And I share the kitchen with students, with grown-up students. And I hang out with my friends and with my friends, and we share a water pipe with weed in it, and we smoked a lot, no? And suddenly my doorbell rang, and I said, "Oh, it's maybe another dude of my friends." I opened the door, and my responsible watchman stand in front of me. You have to peep it out later. And stepped in. He was a huge guy, former mechanized infantryman. Sit down there and watched a bit, and I say to my friends, this is my responsible, my legal guardian. Say hello to him, and all the smokers said, hello, Mr. Hello, Mr. And they left then they left after 10 minutes, and then he told me, okay, Greg, you have the wrong friends to hang around with. And this was very interesting. Next week he brought me to prison as a visitor. And he was in contact with those prisoners because he was his legal guardian for them earlier times, and he said, look at him, he get caught with 50 grams of coke. Do you want to end like him in prison or not? Or look, this is he was a tough guy. Now he's crack addicted. Do you want to end like him? I don't know. It was a very radical way of.
Did it work?
of anti-drug
education,
work, and anti-drug education. I don't think every person who smokes weed will end as a heroin junkie at the end. But in my case, it worked, and a friend of mine. He was a neighbor in this child home. He jumped in front of the train when he was on mushrooms. Oh, okay. He had a bad trip or something. And he jumped in front of the train. And then I thought to myself, okay, I have to change something. And the best way for this change for me was to join the army, because I thought, okay, behind of a heavy machine gun, there is no time for weed or coke or something. Yeah. And so I decided to join the army. Yeah, and this was a funny story too.
But wait a minute, sorry to interrupt. Like when you joined the army, were you still 17 or do you have to be 18 to join the army?
I was 18, yeah. That I was able to get money from the government. I go to a job college, yeah. So, yeah, I was 18, but I educate myself, so the government gives me money, yeah. But I really was not interested for further education in case of going to school or something. And yeah, then I stopped smoking, I stopped everything, yeah, and go to a recruiting sergeant, gave him all my papers, and wait for the enlistment, yeah. But they didn't enlist me. They called me and said, "Okay, we lost your papers. You have to do all the stuff again." And okay, then I start to smoke weed again. Yeah, not hard stuff, but I smoked again. And yeah, after 6 months, yeah, I don't thought about the army anymore. But suddenly in the morning, yeah, I go down to the mailbox, opened it, and there was a letter in it. Yeah, please show up in the next 2 weeks, yeah, for the psychological test for the army and the drug screening. And I thought, oh damn it, yeah, I smoked too much pot, and then I tried to get ill, that I don't have to move there.
You can postpone it, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, then my dealer called me after 3 days. Hey, Greg, you don't visit me anymore. What's wrong? Yeah, I told you I want to join the German army, and I can't smoke pot anymore. And his mother had a very good friend of her, and he was a doctor. And he told me, okay, visit him and tell him the truth, and he will help me. And I visit him. I told him, okay, I take drugs, yeah, but I want to join the army. I will be clean. I don't take drugs anymore, but you have to help me. Please write for me an attest that I can go 6 or 8 weeks later to the drug screening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did it. Yeah, and in total, this was in the morning. I smoked a blunt at the mailbox, and this was the last time when I took drugs.
And was it like you were 18 years old, and a lot of many years were based on taking drugs in this environment and at the orphanage, and also when you lived on your own afterwards. How hard was it for you to stop it? I mean, you must have been like very determined to go to the army and to, like do this step. But what brought you there to actually say, okay, I stop smoking weed or stop taking drugs in general for the rest of my life and really do this big step afterwards? I mean, that's something in this age not many people are able to do.
I think yeah, when I was a kid, yeah, or a teenager, I was a weak personality, yeah, but as I told you, I grew up in Heidelberg, yeah, and we had many soldiers there, when you remember, and yeah, when I met those guys, yeah, they always looked like heroes to me, yeah, they were built like machines, tough guys, they are jogging to the main street every morning, yeah, and yeah, they seemed tough to me. And yeah, the GIs here in Heidelberg, they have been something like heroes for me. And so I thought, okay, I want to be like them. And for that, whatever it takes, I will stop. And I had the will for it. And so I quit.
Okay, and I have 2 more questions about like this whole situation, because first of all, you said you tried to get sick before you go to the drug test. How did you try to get sick? I mean, did you kiss a lot of girls? Or
No, I took a T-shirt. I put it into cold water, then I get out for jogging, and then I wait in the night between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I sit on a park bench and get cold and hope and looking forward to getting ill. Yeah,
but it didn't work. So
it didn't work. No.
Well, okay.
Yeah, seems to be stupid, but I was 18.
Yeah, and it was also like, as I said, you were very determined to go to the army, and it's what surprises me as well, because earlier you said you gathered with the other kids from the orphanage to fight against the leaders, or to and then the army is like full obedience, like for the rules and all the things you have to do, like things that sometimes probably for like the person doesn't make sense. But how did this mind shift happen? This is very surprising for me.
For me, it happens because I realized, all the contacts in Lake Konstanz, I haven't got them anymore. Even in an early time, after 3 or 4 weeks, stop consuming drugs, I don't connect it to them anymore. Only a few persons.
Because you stopped doing drugs.
Because I stopped. I stopped consuming drugs. And then I realized, okay, they are not together with me because we against the police and we against
law.
Against the law and all. They just hang out with me because okay, us and. What was the question again?
So, like how did the mind shift happen for you from this no obedience at all, like always trying to fight against the leaders, and then suddenly the first maybe explain like the first few weeks at when you joined after you joined the army, and there were things and rules and tasks you had to do on an everyday basis, and someone told you to do this. How was it for you to make the shift? First, okay, now I have to do what they say.
Yeah, of course I was not that stupid. And thinking, okay, I go to a vacation place. Of course, I know before. Okay, they gave me orders, and I have to follow orders. It was clear, but I think especially the first 3 months, the ground course, was very hard. But you got a sergeant around you all the times. And he reminds you all the time, and if you are doing something wrong, he's looking all the time, not like the responsible persons which I had in the in the place for homeless childs. And if you do something wrong, for example, your clothes are not correct in your locker, they throw out everything and say, okay, your buddies are doing push-ups and you clean this mess up.
And did it work? So, did it work for you? Like this sort of this sort of behavior, or like this?
For me it was a hard lesson. But after a while, it worked. You have to, you have to fit yourself in that role. Otherwise, you will get very hard problems. Your teammates will stress you up.
And were there things you really enjoyed as well, or was it work for you? Was it just hard work, or were there things you said, oh, that was such a great time doing some tasks or whatever it is?
Of course, not. Sometimes it was also not very interesting. For example, cleaning weapons which are still clean. To clean them up again. Sometimes it's stupid, but what I enjoyed there, is in Germany they call it Kameradschaft. It's like a brotherhood. For example, I'm out in the army. I'm not in the army anymore. It's 2 years ago, but all the comrades, we still have contact. Sometimes I visit them, sometimes they visit me. It's a brotherhood.
And this is
like family. And the master sergeant or the section or platoon leader is your father or your mother.
And they tell you what to do, and so how long did this go? So you joined the army when you were 18, and then how long did you stay in there, and what happened like afterwards?
At first in Germany, if you want to join the army, it's only contracted. At first you can get contracted for 4 years as a normal soldier. For example, for being a private or corporal in Germany, it's called Gefreiter bis Maximum Oberstabsgefreiter. It's the highest rank, and if you want to, up to now, you can join in this lower career for longer years, like 8 or 12 years. But in my time, it was only possible for 4 years, and so I joined. 4 years, and when I became corporal, when I get promoted to a corporal, sometimes I do jobs as a squad leader, so order 3, maximum 4 other soldiers for a sergeant, and after a time, my master sergeant told me, Greg, you are a good soldier, you are a good guy. Are you interested for a career as non-commanding officer? And then I decided to do this. And my new platoon leader, I didn't told him that I took this decision. And so he thought he could take me as his radio man to Afghanistan. And 8 weeks before the platoon moved to Afghanistan, the German army sent me a letter. Okay, you have to go back to Munich now to get checked if you have the capacity to be a sergeant. And it worked. And so I get promoted to a sergeant candidate. And in Germany, as a sergeant candidate, it's like something like a student or pupil, and students don't join missions in other countries than Germany, and so I get moved out of that platoon, and we're based in a special sergeant's candidates platoon. So a platoon between 30 and 40 soldiers, and all of them are a sergeant candidate.
And is it so you get educated in certain things, or like new tactics, or like how does it work? I've never been in the army, so I have no idea.
You need 3 years, and it depends on what you are doing on the in the Bundeswehr. What branch do you do? Are you in the Air Force? Are you in the Navy, or are you in the army? And I get promoted to an infantry sergeant, and an infantry sergeant in the German army. They told me, okay, a sergeant in the infantry is a teacher, he's a leader, and he's an educator. Okay, and for all this you will need 3 years, and you have to move all around Germany, in the different bases. But the most important thing you learn in the infantry school, it's in Bavaria. I don't want to tell the exact place.
And so how long does this whole process go until you became sergeant candidate?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
How old were you when you were done with all this?
23. 23, and then.
Is this young or old for this sort of career? Is comparable to others?
It's a normal age. In Germany, some people are able to join directly as a sergeant's candidate. So they can be finished as a staff sergeant when they were, I think, 21, 22. So it's okay.
And then when you were done with this, what happened afterwards? Like how did because you're 36 now, And what happened in between? Like, I mean, did you sign up for a contract with the German army for like a certain amount of years?
Yeah, my contract in total with my time in the lower career, as a corporal, in total is for 17 years. Yeah, and when I graduate, I will call it the infantry school, I became a group leader. Yeah, that means responsible for 8 soldiers in a light infantry group. Yeah, the complete platoon has 3 groups, and I became the leader of one of those groups in that platoon for light infantry. And my daily job was to educate them in weapons handling, tactics, and also of course maintenance. The equipment, for example, our light armored vehicles and our weapons. And after that, after 2 or 3 years, they sent me for a mission in Kosovo. It took 6 months. But it was in the time. It was between 2014 and 2015 or 2013 and 14, I don't remember exact anymore, but it was in 2014. The Kosovo was not that much dangerous anymore in this area like it was in the end of the 90s, for example. And after that time in Kosovo, it took 6 months. I became a group leader in a heavy platoon, and a heavy platoon in the light infantry is something where they got, for example, snipers, wired anti-tank missiles, and heavy grenade launchers. And I was responsible for 3 squads of heavy grenade launchers. In Germany, they call it GMW. The American pendant of it is MK19.
Wow. So how does it feel when you shoot with one of those things? I can't imagine. Like, for me, weapons are, I don't like them. You know that. But like, how is it like if you shoot with like a device that's made for killing a lot of people?
You never have to forget. This is it's not a toy or something. Or it's not something funny on a video game or something. It's a weapon, and it's made for killing people. And I think of course, when I joined the army, the first time when I had an assault rifle in my hands, I said, "Oh, damn, this is awesome." But after a time, it's not something special for you anymore. For me, a weapon, it's like for you, a microphone.
Okay. Maybe. It's my microphone that doesn't kill many people. So.
It's not something glorious for me. Awesome, shooting heavy grenades. Damn it. Of course it is a bit fun. But it's a tool for me. It's also not that kind of person which we are looking in the army. We are looking for a team player. We are looking for a teammate. Which want to get physical fitness and endurance, and want to be a team player. We are not looking for Rambos.
And did you you're physical very fit? Like our listeners that can't see you, but I can tell them that Gregory is physically very fit. So but I know you as a child, you were very skinny and thin. So did it change when you started working for the army, or did it start before?
It changed when I worked for the army. When I joined the army, I was 1.81 meters, with a weight of 63 kilos. So I had a body mass index which models dream of it. Female models. And I was a good sprinter, I was a good runner, but you have to carry a protective vest, which has a weight of 20 kilos, your assault rifle, then you get 5 magazines, with 30 rounds in each in it, has also a weight. You have to carry smoke grenades, your helmet, your backpack, all this stuff has a lot of weight. And my first platoon leader told me, okay, you're in the light infantry now, but light infantry doesn't mean you have to carry light stuff. That means you have no vehicles in combat which carry your stuff, so you have to carry it yourself, and so you have to not only have a good condition and a good runner, so you already have to work out your body, that it is a bit easier for you to carry all that heavy stuff.
And did you have to eat a lot of food to gain so much weight, or is it easy for you to gain weight? Because I mean, if you were like pot smoker before, it was
it was. I mean, up to now, it's not like this anymore in the army. But when I joined the army, you have to go to the kitchen, you have to go to the canteen, and you have to eat 3 times a day. You have to be there. If you eat it or you don't want to eat it, it depends on you. But the platoon leader was responsible that you go to eat 3 times a day, and we had a gym there, and even when I was not in the gym, with all that heavy stuff, running to the training area was also training. So even if you are not training with a special aim like looking like Arnie, you also get fit, because you carry a lot of heavy weight and have to run with it.
And you have to lift it up.
And you have to lift it up and all,
Were you very sore, like the first few weeks starting there, when you were like very young and skinny, very very like sore muscles and everything from carrying all this stuff? And do you get like blisters on your feet?
Yes, of course, of course, normal. When I finished my ground course, and then I came to my company. And I came into a room with 5 guys, all of them corporals and German Russians. They are big combat experienced. They are big guys. And they said, okay, you are the young guy now in this room, you have to put the trash away every day, but they also look after me. Okay, hey Greg, this afternoon we go to train, we go to the gym, you want to join us? Okay.
And so after I have to give a little bit of a backstory here. So Gregory and I, we met at school, and after like 1 or 2 years, your mom passed away, and then he left to Konstanz, and I met him once again in Konstanz when I visited you and your grandmother. And then you came 2002 it was. You came to see me here in Heidelberg, and then I lost contact with him. It was probably the time when you left your grandma's place and went to the army for a few years, and then we met again. Which year was it when we met again? It was,
I think, 2008 or 2009.
Yeah, around this time we met again, and I think there was a social media platform in Germany before Facebook and everything, and you weren't really like into all this technology stuff, but you contacted me through there, and we got in touch, and we met again. We had a few drinks, and we went out into a club and partied a little bit. And it was really nice. And you told me some stories also from that time. And you also said that you worked as a bodyguard for a little while in between. And that's why I was asking before, like if you had a contract with the army, because I was wondering like how did this work that you worked as a bodybuilder? Bodyguard in between.
The thing is, after 4 years, in the lower career of the army. Yeah, my first 4 years have been over, and this time I hadn't have the possibility to enlist for longer times because my contract for 4 years have been over, and after that you get some money and you get a 6 month time for your personal education, and you can do there whatever you want. And I was in for a bodyguard school. Yeah, they educated and also took her students after education to persons which want to have bodyguards, for example. Yeah, and the problem is I thought bodyguard is something very cool, very special. Yeah, you got the earplug and all, and a nice suit, and keep for the people. But it's not like that exactly. Yeah, many people in Germany, which are not VIPs, they have bodyguards sometimes for prestige. Yeah.
To show off and
to show off a bit maybe, and after education I was bodyguard for prestige. I even didn't protect all the time. Sometimes sometimes I was using the lawnmower.
So they gave you other jobs.
They gave me other jobs. Sometimes shopping or something. And I didn't get. I was not very good in it, and it doesn't fit to me very well.
Yeah. So what was like a weird situation you had with one of your clients?
You want to listen the story with the dog, huh? Okay. I had a protective person, which I'm not allowed to say here, she wants to go shopping in a very famous place in Berlin, and most time of being a bodyguard is advanced personal protection. That means you are not walking around with a earplug next to the person. So most time you do reconnaissance before a protective person visits a place. For example, there is a building area, you check the people there, but you are not an official government institution, so you are not allowed to investigate, like, for example, an officer. If there is a building area, you can ask friendly, hello, please, can you tell me how many persons are working there? And most time you are doing reconnaissance before the person which has to be protected arrives in area. And we did this for this person, especially for a very, very long time. I think 2 weeks or something. And at this day, when the person should have arrived, she did not arrive. Only her fashion stylist manager, something arrived there and said, Miss Beep is not available, but I will go shopping for her. And I said, but she's not a VIP or something. She's not interested. They don't need us here. But she said, no, I will need you here. Please come with me. And at the end, we were carrying her luggage, her stuff. And at the end, she wants to give me, she had a little dog. I don't know the English name for it. In German, it's called Mops. It's a mis-evolution of a wolf which has asthma all the time. And he said, it's too hard for my dog. Could you please could you carry here? And then I said, opened my jacket, but you shoot if something happens, okay? But I'm not able for protective job and carrying dogs at the same time. And this was not a good behavior, and after that they kicked me out. Yeah.
It was probably for the best not to continue this sort of job.
Yeah, and this was a timeline of 6 months where I was not in the army.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that was my question was based on because you told me some of the things that happened always in between those 10-year gaps when we met. So I was just curious how this came up, and during the time where you were still at the army. So you were actually very happy when those 6 months were over and you were back at
and I was back in the army. Yeah, it was very cool. Yeah, I had a good platoon leader, and he was fighting for me that I can go back to the army. And yeah, the funny stuff was after my job as a bodyguard, I worked as a mall detective, and for I think €7 per hour or something, not very much. And then my old platoon leader called me and said, "Hey, Greg, how are you doing? Does your bodyguard business works?" And I said, "Oh, Master Sergeant, the business sucks. It doesn't work. I miss you all." And he said, "Hey, we had new contracts now for 8 years. Yeah, do you want to come back?" Yes, I would like to. And 3 minutes later, a recruiting officer called me, and he told me, "Okay, we got new contracts for 8 years now. Yeah, you can come back as a corporal, and in this time period, where we try to promote you for a sergeant." For the sergeant's career, three weeks after that call, I moved back to my old barracks, and met all my comrades again. And my old job, I didn't even quit. I just stopped going there.
Yeah, well, you were probably dearly missed.
Yeah.
You already mentioned like the people that work in the army as well with you. It's like a brotherhood. So you probably know a bit of their backstory too. Do you know if there were people that have similar stories to you? Like, because sometimes I think also, like in the movies, when people that go to the army, it's often because they don't have much family background, and they have their family there. As you mentioned it yourself earlier, you said it's like family to you. Did you experience the same with others, or it was mixed?
In the German army, they always told me, okay, the complete German army, the Bundeswehr, is a mirror of the German population. Yeah, you also have guys like me with a bad family background, or sometimes you have normal guys, which just want to have the experience, to join the army. We also had, for example, very rich people. We had a staff sergeant in our battalion, which had an very successful IT company. He was driving an Audi R8, a very expensive car, and he joined the army too. So you get a pool of many different persons with many different backgrounds.
And so after, like, you went back there, and then you had another 8 years. You said you worked for the army.
Yeah, in total, when I moved back, at first I had the contract for 8 years. In my 4 years were also implemented in that period of 8 years, and in total I had a contract for 17 years. Yeah, because you need 12 years for the sergeant's career, and I get promoted for sergeant's candidate when a new military law come up. That means, okay, if you now join 4 years, as regular soldier and go to the sergeant's career, they put your 4 years and put 12 years on top. For example, if I now joined 6 years in the sergeant's career, and I decided to be a commanding officer. They will contracted me for my 6 years plus 12 again.
So you finished. You finished there. Like 2 years ago, you said you were done with this, and was there already now? We already mentioned it in the intro that you want to become a police officer now, which is also an interesting shift from like looking at your past and looking at what you're doing now. So did you already know while you were at the army? Did you decide at some point, okay, when this is over, I want to start working for the police?
When I was graduated for the sergeant's career, you have the possibility to be a professional soldier for lifetime. But the thing is, if you decided to be a soldier for lifetime, I don't know the other branches, but in the light infantry, after the squad and the group leader, you have to become a platoon leader. After the platoon leader, you have to. After that, normally you have to become a company sergeant for education and equipment. And I led a platoon for 3 months, but I was not very good in it. When I started joining the army in 2005, the platoon leader was one of the coolest jobs because his mission was to train his sergeants. After my time, the bureaucracy increased in a very high level. You have to do a lot of paper stuff. And I was very good as a group leader, but I was not very good as a platoon leader. And I know myself, okay, after that, I have to go to the staff as a master sergeant, maybe, or first sergeant. And this would be much harder. You have to, in this career, you have to have a very good talent in organization, and I was not very good in it. And so I decided, okay, I was a good group leader, I was a good squad leader, and so I decided, okay, I quit the army. I had a very, very good time there. And so after a while I decided to become a police officer because I still have the possibility to communicate with many different persons, like I do in the German army before. And now I'm a police trainee.
And so you stopped working for the army, and then you started your your trainee or your apprenticeship or traineeship or whatever you call it as a police officer straight away. So you went out there and then applied for like the National Police Guard, or how does it work? Like do you have to go like through like an application process to? I have to
do the complete application process. Especially in the Bundespolizei, it's something like border police, something like that. But it's easier to get in when you joined the army before, because they see you, okay, you have a strong personality, you have discipline, you have physical fitness, and so I had better possibilities, like for example, an 18-year-old youngster.
Mm. And what about your past? Do they know about your past, and how did they react? Or did you tell them?
Before I joined the the police, I was in a special training course. It was called Der Soldat im öffentlichen Dienst, the soldier in public service. And I asked my teacher or my educator in that course exactly what I'm allowed to tell and what not. And they asked me, did you ever consume drugs? And then I said yes. When I was a young boy in the age between 14 and 18. I tried some stuff, and then they asked me, and during the 15 years in the German army, did you ever consume something again? And I said, no, I didn't, and so it was okay for them because it was a long time ago. If somebody who is 18 years old and say, yes, 6 months ago I took some speed, they would kick you out, of course. Okay. So in my case, it was okay. Not okay, but they accepted it.
Mm. Oh, that's such an interesting story. Some parts, I mean, we talked about some things before, but it's like the whole, to see everything now as the big picture. You telling me this, like telling our listeners as well, what happened. I find it very interesting, and seeing you now here in Heidelberg in your own little place. Not little, it's quite a big place now, and with a very nice girlfriend as well. And you told me already that you're also thinking of having kids one day yourself. So what do you think is most important nowadays for young kids to learn for their life, especially from a person like you that has such a different upbringing and such different experience than like most other people that I know. So what do you think is important, what young kids should learn?
For young kids, I think young kids should not try to be somebody because other persons think that this is cool or this is good. Of course, every young person should make his own experience. I also had my experience. I wouldn't be the same person as I am now if I would not have my experience in earlier time. So I think every young person should make his own experience with doing sport, doing vacation, traveling around the world, or drug consuming, but nobody should do something that other persons think, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And also, this is like some questions we always ask our listeners at the end of the interview. So my last question would be, because it's called Unpopular People, right? So if you were popular, so like let's say you climb up the ladder in the police now, and you become like
police president.
Yeah, police president or something.
I don't think so. Okay.
Or maybe you go into politics one day and become like the defense minister or whatever. So what would you do differently if you were popular, if you were well known and you could speak on big stages and many million people would listen to your words? What would you tell them?
Especially, I'm happy that I'm not a politician. Many people hate about them. They do this shitty and that shitty and this shitty. But we are only a small person in a very big system. Maybe we haven't got the complete overview. Of course, we have the press and we have social media to inform ourselves, but maybe we don't know exactly. If I would be a popular politician,
or in any other way popular, so if you would come to like a situation, I mean, that can happen if you are very successful in what you're doing. And I mean, you always said you don't really want to go down that way. But if it happens that you have like a lot of responsibilities and you have like a lot of people that listen to what you know, Jocko Willink, for example, like he was in the army once and he's like very popular now. He has his own podcast and millions of listeners and followers. So like, is there something you would do different, or would you just be like the same person?
I think especially because I was a soldier, I have never been in war or real battle situations. but I would do everything what is possible to prevent wars, like especially this one which happened in Ukraine right now, because if you watch in the past, the last 70 or 80 years, in a war situation nobody is a winner. Everybody is a loser. War means that old politicians doing decisions and young people have to die for it.
Really, really well said. Because this is nothing we need anymore in the world, is any more war. And yeah, well, thank you very much for everything you told us today, and also for sharing like this knowledge and sharing your life story with people that you don't know. Like there's people that don't know you, and now they hear from you for the first time, and we both apologize for our strong German accents, and it's just the way we were born, and we try our best to speak English as best as we can. And also, I think it's everything you said was very clear to me, and I think for our listeners it will be the same. So thank you very much for sharing all this, and to take the time to sit down with me today. We haven't seen each other for so many years. And so it's, for me, it's very, very good to know, okay, where you live now, and so every time I'm in Germany again, I come by and say hello.
Yeah, call me, and then we meet each other and
go and have a drink.
Drink a beer or coffee.
Yeah, and this is very cool, and I'm very, very happy. Some of the listeners know about this, but my situation is that Lisa and I, we got we wanted to go back to Australia, but the visa application didn't go through in the Australian system for some reason. So I'm at the moment I'm still in Germany, and the good thing about it is that we can do like an interview like we did today, and also that I had the chance to spend some more time with you. But also I will leave again next week, go to New Zealand for a little while, so we don't know when we're gonna see each other again. So I'm very grateful for this time we have here together, and hopefully for another time. So this is all I have to say from my side. Thank you again very much for everything, and if you have any final words, now is the time for it.
Thank you also for your time. You had for me, and sorry again to the listeners. I have problems sometimes with the grammar and with the past and all. I hope everything I told you was understandable. And Benny, I hope we will see each other again. We have the contact now, and you know where you can find me.
Thank you and goodbye.